Hello and welcome to Dickinson's Real Deal. Just look at the kind of people that I meet on this show. The Lady Mayor and the Lady Mayoress. This is the show where I help members of the public to get the very best price for their antiques and valuables. They get a choice. Sit down with one of our regular dealers. Now, they're going to try and buy your treasures off you for a sum of money today.
£200.
No, it's not what I'm looking for.
Think about it very, very carefully. You don't have to accept. If you wish, you can gamble and come to the auction with David. I'll look after you there, and hopefully we will get you a little bit more money.
I've £800 now bid on the internet, thank you.
Today, the show comes to you from Barrow-in-Furness. Local people have turned up in large numbers. They are determined to do business. They want to sit down with our dealers. They want to get the better of them. They want to walk away with the real deal.
The den is overflowing with people today, so let's get started. Young Zach is first to sit down with Tim Hogarth with some antique regalia. Hope you're ready, Tim, as he's after your job.
I'd like him to give me £100 today.
He's going to sharpen his dealing talons on me, isn't he? Now, you brought a medal along today.
Yeah.
You're going to tell me all about it?
Yep. I think it's a hunting medal. It came off my dad's granddad.
So that's your great-granddad, isn't it?
Yeah, my great-granddad. And my dad's had it since he was 13 or so.
Right, and how old's your dad?
He's 29.
29. Well, I think it's probably a little bit older than that, because this medal is Victorian, and I don't think it's a hunting medal either. I think it's what they call a Mesolic medal. Now, when we turn it over, Zach, can you see that little mark there?
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
No.
Well, here's a lesson. Are you a would-be dealer, antiques dealer?
Yeah.
Right. You have a look through that glass and you tell me what you can see on there.
I can see letters.
Letters,
Like
yeah.
little printings.
Little printings. And can you see a head on there? Can you see a lady's
Yeah.
head? Right.
Yeah.
Well, that lady's head, that is Queen Victoria, and she reigned from 1837 to 1901. Now, I haven't got a silver book with me, but one of those letters will be able to date this exactly to when this was made.
Right.
So, quite a nice quality item. Not the easiest thing to sell, Zach. Shall I get some money out? I think your medal, Zach, is worth £40, Zach.
No.
No! Are you keeping all this money? All of it? Are you going to buy your mum out?
No.
That's not very nice, is it?
Yeah.
Well, what about £50, Zach?
No, we're not interested in that, Zach, are we?
No.
What we've got here is the Ancient Order of Foresters, you know. Very rare, very unusual. They were a Victorian society that did charitable work, as far as I know. 70 to 100, 60 to 100 is what our independent experts are saying. Sometimes Mr. Tim can be a bit careful with his money, so we have to encourage him, ask him for a bit more money.
Well, I reckon
Go on.
I want a bit more money because it's a good piece and I think it's worth a bit more.
Well, do you know, I couldn't have put it better myself. Very succinct, that. £60, Zach.
I want another 10 and we've got a deal.
Right. £70. You know what you're meant to say, Zach, now is, Tim, that is a fabulous offer. That's what you're meant to say.
Right.
Go on, then.
Oh, it's a fabulous offer.
So, are you going to accept my fabulous offer?
Another 5.
Right, Zach. £75. That's your lot. Have we got a deal?
Yeah.
Shake my hand. Thank you very much. Can't change your mind now.
So, Zach, what are you going to invest your £75 in?
Tim said I should have brought some bric-a-brac, but I'm gonna buy a console game.
He's a little prodigy. He could be a cracking little antique dealer. I don't want him to buy a console game. I want him to buy some antiques. Listen to your Uncle Tim, Zach.
Well, there you go, Zach. You've been told. Tim has high hopes for you. The Den is definitely attracting a younger crowd today, and next up is Elaine with her granddaughter Ebony, who has brought in some 19th century candle holders. But will Joe dig deep?
How long have you had them? What do you know about them?
My auntie got them originally from Canada. She died when she was 37, and my grandmother got them. Then she died, my mother got them. She died, my sister got them, and my sister didn't want them, so I ended up with them. And I've been using them as door stoppers. Well, I didn't know what they were.
So what are you going to use now?
Well, I'm hoping you're giving me enough money to get some new ones.
Do you know anything about them?
I once took them to an antique fair and they offered me £100 for them and said they were French.
Right. Was that recently? Or?
No, about 15 years ago.
I think they were right. I think they are French. They're being used as door stoppers explains the slightly chewed bases.
Yeah.
They're bronze. Originally they would have been gilding. You can actually see in places the remnants of the gilding.
Yeah.
In your lifetime, have they ever had the little bits that are missing off the top?
No.
So you don't know?
I don't know what they were or I've heard different stories. Some people say they're from a church and other people say they're candlesticks holders. I don't know.
I suspect that they probably started off life with a little candle sconce on the top, or possibly just a little flat piece for candle on or something, and that they may well have been part of a clock garniture, if you can imagine a pretty little clock in the centre. So you've come along wanting some money. You're not going to miss them.
I need it. She's high maintenance. And she's going glamping tonight, so...
She's going what?
Glamping.
Glamping?
Posh camping.
So where do you posh camp?
Near Blackpool, isn't it?
So you're going to see the lights?
Yes, I think so.
Brilliant. We'll start then with £100, which is what your chap said years ago at the Antiques Fair. And we'll add a £50 note, 150.
What do you say?
Maybe a little bit more.
I think you might be pushing your luck. I'll close my ears.
See you glamping?
Okay, yes. Please, could we just have an extra £5 maybe?
No.
Well...
I'll close my ears again so you can have another think.
I think we should just take the 150.
Right.
150.
150? You got a deal? Well, and there's the £5 for the glamping.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming in. Have a good time.
Well, I'm over the moon. I got 150, which I'm well pleased. Only expected about 40. And
I've got a £5 for going camping, so
she's happy as well.
That's what we like to see, happy campers. Across the Den, Diana's brought in 5 gold rings for Cheryl Halkney.
I'm hoping for about £150 to £200.
Tell me about your jewels.
They were left to me and my sister in a box by our mother. The box had all sorts in it, and we basically didn't know what was real and what wasn't. So I just brought the whole box down here today.
And can you remember your mum wearing any of these?
No. They've been in a box under the stairs or in a cupboard for as long as I can remember. So they don't mean a thing to us. None of us know anything about any of them. Yeah.
So if you sold them to me today, you're going to split the money with your sister?
Yes.
Do something nice with that.
Yes.
Well, some of them have got some age. They're all 9-carat gold. Got this diamond and emerald. It's like a citrine. But I think this one is quite modern. I don't think this has got any age at all, really. This one with the little rubies. But that one's my favourite. You've got this lovely amethyst colour and the little diamonds there. The thing about them is they are very tiny. The stones are what we almost call chips in the trade. There's nothing of huge value. I don't want to disappoint you. You can probably see that yourself. And these are quite light in actual weight in the gold value. So that will reflect in my bid. But again, still very pretty rings. Girls like a bit of jewellery, don't they? Yes. OK. Well, Diana, I'll get some cash out and see what you think. OK. How about 50, £100?
It's OK. Like a little bit more, please.
A little bit more? OK. How about 120?
I like them red ones better.
David, she likes the red ones better.
Well, there's an interesting little parcel of small rings there. Some are quite decorative. Our independent valuers and our auctioneers, they've said 100 to 150. Should we look at the content there of the gold, the precious metal, there's about 150 quid's worth. If Cheryl puts another £10 and £130, I think I'd turn around and say, not a bad offer.
Good advice as usual.
Yes. Yeah.
So if I find another £10, put 130 on the table, what do you think to that then?
That's a deal.
That's
Thank you very much.
Thank
you. I'm really pleased with that, and I'm going to split it with my sister and do something really nice with it.
Between her and her sister, that's an extra £65 each that they didn't have this morning.
Pounds. Looking for 75. With me at £70.
Joe's getting feisty.
We'll swap that for that. There you go. There's £100. Reboot and rethink.
And find out what Cliff thinks after the break. Wacky things turn up in the den sometimes, which dealers like Stuart Hofgardner simply love. So how much is Helen prepared to sell the top hat for?
The lowest amount I would accept today would be £70, but I'd gladly take more.
The Duke and auctioneer David Brooks are also intrigued, so are standing by to offer some advice.
Tell me what you know about it, please.
I got it off my auntie. She worked in the local Conservative offices when she was 16, and an old lady gave it to her. It belonged to one of the councillors.
Right. So that's going back a little bit, obviously.
Yeah, about 45 years.
And the owner was?
W. Ireland.
And there's his name inside.
Yeah.
So it's interesting having the name, and also the Christies of London, very good hat maker.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, it's a top hat, known as a top hat. They used to be made in moleskin, but now, and in this time, they were made in materials and fabricated. Sort of thing you see on stage, top hat and tails, but you also see it, the well-to-do would dress with a top hat. I do wear them occasionally, so it doesn't mean I'm well-to-do, but it means I enjoy wearing top hats.
Yeah.
I like them, so it's come to the right person. Don't you want to keep it? Why do you want to sell it?
Well, it's just stuck in the cupboard. I've had it there for the last 10 years, so...
Not ever thought of wearing it at a function?
Nah.
But I tell you what, I don't think it's my size, but let's have a look. Not my size, look.
Yeah.
Quite like them, but...
Suits you.
Let's see if I can buy it from you.
David, a fine specimen of a silk top hat. You must have seen hundreds, if not thousands, over your career.
You do, and it's quite nice that it's got its original case. That makes a big difference.
Yeah. Where are you going to place your valuation on this?
Round about £100, I would have thought.
OK. The independent valuers, they've gone a little bit more because of the case, and they've said 80 to 120. I think our dealer on this occasion is just the right man, Stuart. Let's see what Stuart puts on the table.
20. 40, 60, 80, 100, 120. 140.
No.
No?
No.
Let me tell you what I think, first of all. Now, the independent valuers and the auctioneer, they've gone between 70 at the lowest up to as far as 120. And normally they are in that kind of price range. And I think what Stuart, our man, has put down, as always, is a very handsome, good price. That's the top offer, I presume?
I'm quite happy to put another £20 down, David, to be honest with you.
Well,
so if the lady...
You've heard the man.
It might tempt it out of her.
I can never say more about Stuart than he is so fair. If another 20 quid was in there, I'd say, thank you very much, Stuart, and that is a great offer.
Thank you, David. Does it convince you, though?
Well, if you stick another 20 on it...
So make it 160, you're happy for a deal?
I'd be happy at that, yeah.
There's a 20 quid. £160. Do we have a deal?
We have a deal. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Pretty good deal, I would say.
Yeah, as auctioneers, we like things to come to auction, but in all fairness, that's a good price.
I think on the day that's as good a price as you could possibly get for an item such as that.
That was a great poker face, Helen. You got £90 more than you were expecting, and hats off to you, Stuart, for offering so much. But can you make a profit on it?
A little bit of work on the box. I should be able to turn a 50 quid profit on that. Not too difficult.
It's Cliff's turn next, and he's charged up and ready to face Joe.
I brought along today an Oriental Charger. I'm going to push Joe all the way. If I don't get what I want, it's going to auction.
You know, we'll give it a little whirl and see what happens. Is this yours?
Yes.
How's it got here?
I purchased it at auction 18 months ago, but I can't do anything with it. I can't hang it on the wall because I don't like the wires. I haven't taken the wires off because I didn't want to damage the charger. Can't decipher the mark on the back. I thought I would move it on to somebody that collects this sort of thing.
Can you show me where this mark is, Cliff?
I certainly can, Joe. It's a little impressed mark just underneath there.
Right. OK. So you've had it about 18 months.
Yes.
You don't want to risk taking the wires off.
No.
You can't read what the mark says on the back. You don't hang it on the wall. It wasn't one of your better buys, was it?
It was an impulse buy, Joe.
Right. This sort of stuff isn't something I know a great deal about. I know, for one thing, I do not like these wires, really don't. Although it does look like it's contemporary to the manufacture of the plate, it just always causes damage. But the charger itself is very, very handsome, and the scene is very typical of the Meiji period. How much is it?
That's for you to find out.
I don't even know where to... We'll start with a £50 note.
It's a good start, but nowhere near good enough.
Is it not? Well, you'll have to give me some guidance as to what it is you want for it, and I'll tell you.
You keep putting them down.
I'm not going to keep putting my hard-earned dosh down, Cliff. All he comes do.
I think we need to use a little bit of pressure here, Cliff, on our deal.
Yeah.
It's in good order. They say circa 1900. It might be just a touch earlier. It's kind of Meiji period, isn't it? So 80 to 120 is one estimation. Something like 100, 150 is another. I would have thought it's a good, decorative item, and it's got to be worth 100 quid of anyone's money. Get your money in, girl.
Thank you, David.
It's worth 100 quid. Oh, well. We'll swap that for that. There you go. There's £100. Reboot and rethink. Come on, Cliff.
No.
So now you've got to get £120 at auction.
Yes.
Do I want to give more than £100 for it? No, I don't think I do.
Not for me, Joe.
Not
I'll
for
send
me.
it to auction. Thank
Good
you very
luck.
much.
Thanks very much. Thanks for bringing it in.
Thank you. I paid £68.20 for it 18 months ago. I hope it goes for as much as the auctioneer seems to think it will go for. We'll wait and see.
You've just turned down a 40 quid profit, Cliff. Let's see if the gamble will pay off.
Is Cliff going to make a profit on the £68.20 more than the £100 that he turned down? Well, let's find out.
Come now to lot 150, which is the 19th century Japanese blue and white Charger. 200 for this, please. £200. Start me 100. £100 anywhere for the blue and white Japanese Charger at 100. Any interest at all at £100? No interest in the room, no commission, no internet.
Go on quiet in the room, no interest.
100, no.
Fantastic. Amazing on the day. Suddenly, there looks to be a lot of interest. It just goes absolutely dead. Nothing on the internet, nothing in the room. So on this occasion, it hasn't sold. Are you disappointed?
Not really. I just asked him to put it in a specialist sale.
OK. Probably will go into another sale later in the year. In the meantime, Real Deal. Why, aye, man, it was you, Joe. 100 quid. You were on the money.
So Cliff is going home empty-handed. Coming up, what's all the drama on Tim's table?
Is that what you call trying? We've got to have more theatre tickets to be bought, haven't we?
Yes.
And we can't even get into the gods for that. We've got no chance in the West End.
Find out if Tim gets with the programme after the break. Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal from Barrow-in-Furness. Joyce is next to take centre stage with Tim. So what's his thoughts on the 30 signed theatre programmes?
I think our seller will probably give me a run for my money. If you stood outside a theatre in the cold and the rain waiting for someone to come out for an autograph, you're going to want top money for it. Now, you've brought along this collection of theatre programmes.
Yes.
Have you collected all these?
Yes.
Tell me all about them and how you got them.
Well, I worked in London as a teenager.
So that's from 1946?
Yes, all of those small ones, 46, 47.
Right.
They're just little,
Yeah.
because we didn't have much paper in 46.
So you must have seen a lot of very big stars at that time.
Yes.
Who did you see?
Lauren Bacall.
Lauren Bacall, yes.
She was in Applause in London. Yeah.
Well, obviously very famous, married to Humphrey Bogart.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think her catchphrase was, whistle if you want me, wasn't it?
Yes, you do know how to whistle.
Yeah.
Just puff your lips and blow.
Yeah, you see, you know it all,
I did go
don't
to
you?
the show, didn't I?
Who else did you see?
Michael Crawford in Billy. Billy Lyra used to be when it was on television, wasn't
So
it?
what period is that one?
That's probably about 20 years ago.
Right. And you went to the Mousetrap when it was in its 24th year, yeah? This is the longest running theatre.
It's still going now,
Still
isn't
going.
it?
60 years it is now, yeah.
And I never told anybody who did it, and I've been 3 times with different
And you're not going to
friends.
tell me who did it? Oh, go on,
No,
Joyce.
I never do.
No? So, very, very difficult things to value. These.
Yes.
Very difficult. This is my opinion. I think probably the Lauren Bacall one is the most commercial one. Value.
It's hard, isn't it?
It is very, very hard. Well, I'll try. I'll try.
Oh, yes.
20. £30.
That looks like a bad omen.
I thought that was a good opening.
Oh, you can start on those.
Is that what you call trying? We've got to have more theatre tickets to be bought, haven't we?
Yes.
And we can't even get into the gods for that.
No, at Ulverston, up the road.
At Ulverston, up the road, we can't get in, so we've got no chance in the West End. I would have thought Lauren Bacall's signature is worth more than 30 quid on its own. So I think that's a bit mean, Tim. On saying that, the independent values from the auctioneers, they've said 40 to 60. I'm going to say worth a little bit more, but it's a difficult one for Tim to sell on and get a profit on, so be easy with him. But he sometimes can be a little bit tight when it comes to the money. Come on, Tim. You know, we've got to get some more theatres in Ulverston.
Yes. And Barrow.
And Barrow, right.
They'll throw me out if I don't say that.
If I take that away and put £40 down, Joyce.
Well, if you put the other one back where they will have a deal. No?
No. This is my opinion, and I think it will struggle in the auction to get that money.
All right, then.
But that's my opinion. It's entirely up to you.
Yeah. Well, I think we'll put it in the auction.
Going to put it in the auction?
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't want the 40 quid?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't want you disappointed, Joyce.
No.
OK, well, Good luck, Joyce.
Thank
I hope
you,
you
dear.
do really well in the
Thank you.
auction.
Oh, Timmy Tight Pants. How could you refuse the lovely Joyce her extra tenner? Curtains up and we're in the sale room.
The estimate is quite reasonable, 40 to 60 pounds. There was a £40 reserve, but you've now adjusted it and said, I want 60 quid. And if they don't sell for £60, you're going to keep them.
Yeah.
Well, I don't blame you. I mean, I think they're well worth that. OK, here we go.
We come now to lot 75, a selection of theatre programmes. I have interest. I can start the bidding with me at £50.
Straight in at 50.
55, 55, thank you. 60 now with me.
It's at the reserve of 60.
65 on the internet, the commissions are out. 65 now on the internet. Have we finished? At £65.
OK. The gavel has gone down at £65. We've got a little bit of commission to take off. Quick calculation. £55.
That's fine.
You turned down £40 on the day.
Yeah.
You're going home with 55. You happy?
Yes. I just hope somebody will take care of them the way
Well,
I did.
I think on the internet a collector has seen those, and so on the day they are going to someone who would appreciate them. The real deal was 55 quid. Just think about it, Lauren Colston, the stage door here with Joyce. Very nice of her, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Well done, Joyce. You were right to stand your ground. Now you can treat yourself to more theatre tickets. Back in the den is another deal brewing on Joe's table. Richard's next, and he's brought along a silver teapot.
Are you giving up tea?
Yeah, I drink coffee now. I've no use for it.
No, it's rather grand.
Yeah, nice. I used to use it at work, you know, for brews and that.
Pull the other one. So why have you brought it along today?
Well, it was in their cabinet and not getting much attention, and I thought I'd let someone have the pleasure of owning it, you know, and get more attention than I can give it. Yeah.
And have you had it long?
About 15 years, yeah.
And did you buy it or inherit it?
I bought it in a way because I bought a house and it was left in the house that I bought. So that's
Well, it was a good find, wasn't it? Because it's a nice quality, good quality silver teapot. It's got good clear hallmarks. And it's London, 1920s, and it's C.S.H. and Sons, I would guess. And it's Charles Harris and Sons. And it's a real little cracker. Handle's good, knot on the top's good, about 25 ounces. How much is it?
I do have a price, yeah,
But you're not going to tell me?
No, who does?
Nothing new there then, eh? Right. 50, 100, 150, 200, 250.
No, nowhere near.
Oh, we are. We're not that million miles away. 300.
No, I'm going to need more than £300.
You're going to need more than £300.
Well, not the most commercial thing at the moment. Tea services, tea sets and so forth. But it is silver. Between 300 and 500 are the two estimations from both the auctioneer and the independent valuers. But there's close to £400 in precious metal, in silver there. If you went to the auction, you'd have 15% to pay, and that would be about 60 quid. I think if you got yourself 320, 30 pounds, that would be its value.
So, you've heard what David had to say. What do you think?
Well, if you get near the 400 mark, I might
There's
be...
no point in buying it at 400. This teapot is
be-
worth £375 scrap. That's what it's worth. That's its value. It's okay saying it's worth 500, but nobody's going to pay £500 at an auction for it. I'll give you another 20, which makes it 320.
Well, I think if you can put another note down there...
I'll put another £5 down. So it's 325. That's definitely my final offer. I will not budge from that. There's no point.
Well, I'll Sell at 325.
325?
Yes.
We've got a deal.
We've got a deal.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Thanks for the business.
Thank you. I made a profit at 325. I'm sure Jo will make a profit. I'm very pleased with the sale.
We'll find out if she does soon enough. And will Kenneth rule out a bumper deal?
I got a car boot.
Yeah, that's good news, then, isn't it? Car boot's got to be a good start.
Yeah.
Find out after the break.
Welcome back to Dickinson's Real Deal.
It's been a busy day in the den and people are still queuing up to see our dealers. Kenneth is next to see Stuart with his car boot bargain.
You brought a ruler along for us.
I have, yes.
It's got a special name. I can never remember which is which. It's a sector or a gauge or something like that, but we refer to it as a ruler.
Yeah.
I can see the magic name, Negretti and Zambra, and I therefore know that it's ivory.
Yeah.
And it's got not hallmark silver mounts, but they could be silver or the nickel.
Yeah.
Tell me what you know about it and how you acquired it, please.
I don't know a lot about it, but right. I got a car boot.
Yeah, that's good news, then, isn't it? Car boot's got to be a good start.
Yeah.
OK, well, I'll tell you what I know about it, what I feel. It's a 12-inch folding rule.
Yeah.
And what's nice is that it's still got the two pins here.
Yeah.
Which lock into the two holes here. That's very important because once they've broken off or worn away, this starts to warp. It stops it warping. All those things are very important. This could have been in a drawing instrument set of a smart gent.
Yeah, I've seen them in that, like.
Because in ivory,
they
were quite expensive in their day.
Yeah.
I mean, the everyday draftsman or working man would have had them in ivorine or wood.
Yeah.
And this one, Negretti Zambra, late 19th century, probably 1880.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit earlier.
Yeah, 1890, I thought.
Is it?
Yeah.
Nice to be in ivory, though. That's the important thing.
Yeah.
One downside of this, I don't know how closely you looked at it.
I looked at it, yeah.
One downside is it's got two cracks just here.
Yeah.
It takes the edge off it.
Yeah.
Why do you want to sell it? I mean, it's a car boot sale, you've got no attachment to it?
No, not really.
Just
no.
See what good profit you can make on it.
Yes, yeah.
OK. Let's see if I can buy it. 20. I know that's a no. I'll take the words out of your mouth, all right? 40. 60. I'm going to put £70 on the table, but what I will say is if it hadn't have got those cracks in there, which are very important on something like this, it would have been getting on twice that.
Oh.
It makes a lot of difference. I don't know how that grabs you at £70.
Well, I'd like more.
Would you?
Yeah. Well, I think £20 there, and you'll...
£20 instead of the tenner, you mean?
Yeah.
So I'm bad at arithmetic. What does that make it?
80.
80?
Yeah.
£80?
Hey.
It's a nice thing. OK, let's see if we can get a deal at that then. £80.
That's beautiful.
Do we have a deal?
Yes.
Excellent. OK, before we finish, you bought it at the car boot sale. Go on, tell me what it was. What it cost you?
10 pence.
10 pence? Not even 10 quid. 10 pence. Where was the boot sale? Can I make a note of that? I think I should still be able to make a profit on it. Not a lot. Not the sort of volume that he's made, but what the hell. It's a nice thing and I will make a profit on it.
We'll find out soon enough if you do, Stuart.
Hello, Sharon. I'm Cheryl.
Back in the den, Sharon has brought along a charming bracelet. But will Cheryl think so too?
Well, I love jewellery. I love gold. I'm going to make our seller an offer they can't refuse.
So today I'm looking for about £350 for the bracelet.
Let's see if Cheryl will dig that deep.
Tell me about your gold bracelet.
Well, it was my mum's bracelet, and then she got it for her 21st.
That's the 21st charm on it there. And then
Okay.
she gave it to me for my 21st.
Did it just have the one charm, or
No,
did she collect
my mum's
them?
collected all of these, not
So this
not
is very
me.
sentimental.
Yeah, it is really, but it's not my style. That's why I've brought it here today.
And do you have a favourite charm?
Probably the donkey one, because when you move its tail, its ears move.
Well, I love jewellery and I love charm bracelets, but unfortunately, at the moment, gold and yellow gold isn't terribly fashionable.
Yeah.
And people like charm bracelets, but maybe in white gold and maybe a little bit more modern. But all that aside, it still has some value. So it's 9 carat gold, lots and lots of charms, so I'm sure this is going to add up to quite a good bit of money that I'm going to put on the table.
Okay.
So shall I get the cash out and see if
Yeah.
I can tempt you to sell it to me today?
Yeah, lovely.
Okay, let's get cracking. £100, 150, £200.
No, it's not what I'm looking for.
Okay. How about 250?
Don't say anything yet, Sharon.
Oh.
We don't think much about that. The independent valuers and the auctioneer, sorry to say, they say £350 to £400, and they base that valuation on the value of the precious metal. So I'm going to leave you two blondes together, and she's a charming lady. Say, Cheryl, I just have to have more money.
Okie dokie.
Well, Sharon,
So,
what do you think?
So, no.
Okay, so we'll keep going.
Yeah, we'll keep going.
Okay, right. Now we're talking, we're up to 300.
Yeah, so we're getting there now.
We're getting there.
We're getting there, yeah.
Shall I not mess you about and stick this one down here? So there's 350. What do you think, Sharon? Have we got a deal?
Yeah, that's great. Yep, deal.
Fantastic.
Thank you. I wanted 350 and I got 350, so now I've got to go take my mate for dinner, and then I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest.
Well, there's one happy customer. We've had an eclectic mix of things turn up in the den today, and only 2 items were sent to the auction. So, how well have our dealers done? Well, Tim only bought 1 item from young Zach, who certainly put him through his paces.
So are you going to accept my fabulous offer?
Another 5.
He paid £75 for the medal and sold it on to a military dealer for 90. Jo played hardball with both her sellers today. First, there was Elaine and granddaughter Ebony with the cherub candle holders.
Please, could we just have an extra £5 maybe?
No.
Jo bought them for £150 and gave Ebony £5 for her glamping. So everyone was happy and Jo still made a profit. Then there was Richard with his silver teapot.
That's definitely my final offer. I will not budge from that. There's no point.
And she was right, as she made just a small profit. Stuart was the most generous dealer today and exceeded both his buyers' expectations. Remember the Ivory Ruler that Kenneth paid just 10 pence for, but sold to Stuart for a whopping £80? He was sure there was a profit in it, but it turns out he's yet to sell it. And then there was the top hat that Helen was hoping to get at least £70 for. Well, Stuart paid £160, which was double what she wanted, but at least he made a profit on this one. But it was Cheryl who came out on top today. First, there was the 5 rings that she paid £130 for. And remember Sharon with her sweet charm bracelet?
Because when you move its tail, its ears move.
Well, she bought it from her for £350 and sold it at an antiques fair in Lincoln.
Yeah,
So
that's
Cheryl's
great, yeah.
splurge on a bit of bling brought her the biggest profit today.
We've had a really exciting day. A good crowd of people turned up. Some wonderful items were shown on the show. Lots of buying and selling. That's what we always want to see. Don't forget to join me, David Dickinson, next time for Dickinson's Real Deal. Bye for now.